In this video, 3 characters are getting brand new updates. Alexandrina, Nekomata, and Jane Doe are all getting improved with the Vision Potential system. As a reminder, all of the content in this video is from the creator beta server of Zenless Zone 0. As such, some information, results, and values might slightly change for full release. Thank you very much to Hoyoverse for granting early access, and let's do this. Let's first remind ourselves how to get these items so that we can actually get the potential to upgrade our characters. Remember that you will mostly get these items through the daily and weekly tic-tac-toe board just from logging in and doing these various tiny events, but you can also get them from association supplies. Then all you gotta do is go to the potential archive here and pick whatever character you want. As a quick tip, make sure to get the first and the second potentials for every character you want before upgrading all the way to 6, because these are where the new skills are, and 3 through 6 are just slight upgrades. Moving on to the characters, let's first talk about Alexandrina Sebastian, or Rina for short. The first thing we gotta talk about Rina is a brand new basic attack, Morning Cleanup. Remember that Rina doesn't really want to be on the field, and she wants to use her EX special, chain attack, and ultimate mainly. So when she does, she'll enter the spotless state. The main thing here is that Drusilla or Anastella will attack automatically once every 2.5 seconds, gaining stacks of fright, up to a max of 6. With this, she unlocks her second new basic attack, Midnight Cleanup. This will activate when fright reaches 6 stacks, and will make Morning Cleanup deal electric damage instead. While this is completely automatic, we also get a brand new awakened potential for Rina. This will increase pen ratio by 1.6%, while the buff gained from her core passive is active. For every 1% of Rina's pen ratio, all squad members will gain 8 attack and 6.5 defense. Ultimately, this will end up being 576 attack and 468 defense. The good thing about these buffs is that Rina's gameplay won't change, and they are still very centered towards newer or free-to-play players. She definitely feels like a good account-first support until you can get some of the stronger limited ones. The next set of buffs that I was actually really surprised with is for Nekomata. The main problem with Nekomata previously was her uptime on damage. She had a lot of limitations that didn't feel the best for her gameplay, like being behind the enemy all the time, in order to get backstrikes, not being the greatest in group of mobs, etc. The good news here is that of the 3 characters that got upgraded, she has the most. Let's start with the basic attack because these just got enhanced. Specifically the last line here that says, when the final slash lands on a stunned enemy, it repeats 3 additional times, for both basic attack Kitty Slash and basic attack Crimson Blade. Let's move on to her core passives because we got a new resource for Nekomata called Per Energy. You'll gain 40 of Per Energy right away upon entering the battle, and you get 1 per second up to a max of 60, and different skills will restore different amounts. Here's where Per Energy becomes important, because if you have at least 40 and after triggering a perfect dodge, you can press dodge again to consume 30 of it and activate her new dodge skills. Disappearing Tail will enter Vital View and move right behind the enemy, allowing you to get easier backstrikes. The more important thing is that it'll combo into Fluffy Piercing Claw after hitting basic attack. This is the biggest part of the upgrades for Nekomata because it will unleash a powerful slash at enemies in a huge area, dealing massive physical damage. This by itself solves a lot of Nekomata's problems and will be the most important thing to learn about her new upgrades. But let's go back to those core passives now that we know what Per Energy does. After using dodge counter, Fluffy Piercing Claw will grant Paw Pad Ambush State for 40 seconds. This is awesome for solving her other problem because all of Nekomata's hits will be counted as behind the enemy when this state is active. She will also get an additional instance of physical damage equal to 30% of her attack, once every 1 second, when any of her attacks hit the enemy while the state is active as well. She will also restore 20 additional Per Energy when using ultimate, 10 when using chain attack, and 5 on her EX special. The only thing to note about her special and EX special are that they got their pursuit effect enhanced, meaning she can chase down enemies a lot easier. Like usual, she also got a new awakened potential called Nightborn Instinct, and this will increase her crit damage by 60% while in that Paw Pad ambush state. Ultimately, this really helps Nekomata out, and you no longer have to be worried about if you pull her, nah. And if you couldn't tell, yeah, I've heard that voice line a few too many times for my liking. Anyway, this is all spectacular for Nekomata because she wants to be that on-field DPS, and she can finally have some more damage as well as fix what was broken. Especially for new players now, you could reasonably choose Nekomata on the selector and you wouldn't have too much of an issue. She is now super capable of defeating the endgame content, like Shiyu 5 in this video, with these buffs. And now it brings me extreme joy to talk about our final character, Miss Jane Doe. I will of course always be her test subject, but that's a different point for another video. Jane has always been one of my favorite characters, and I don't ever really think she struggled in the endgame content, she just wasn't as good as some of our other units. These few changes that she got put her back in line into a very respectable tier. We know that Jane Doe loves to be on the field almost as much as I love her, so her basic attacks got enhanced. In her normal basic attack string, the 6th basic attack hit is now treated as a dash attack, and during Sao Chow Jump, which is our spin to win passion stream move, we now have the ability to perfect dodge on her final hit, in which she'll still be invulnerable. If you trigger a perfect dodge in this way, you'll gain more passion stream on the hit. Jane's current EX special attack, Aerial Sweep Clear Cut, got an update and will also now count as dash attack damage, but she also has a brand new EX special attack called Aerial Sweep Onslaught that's used while in the passion state and with enough energy. This is the new animation that you see on the screen a lot and is also considered dash attack. As for Jane's awakened potential, whenever she triggers Assault, her crit damage will additionally be increased by 30% on top of her buffs that she already has. Like I said before, this kinda elevates Jane to a whole new tier that she really wasn't in. I think it's kinda similar to when Soldier Zero Anby got her buffs. Both the characters weren't ever really not usable, but now they're just simply so much better. As some final thoughts, I also gotta say how awesome it is that these characters are still getting buffed. It's been a while since we had the Vision Potential system, and it's really cool to see that they haven't forgotten about it. What's even better is that it's not only just for standard characters, but also some limited ones like Jane and Soldier Zero Anby. It shows that the devs really care about the characters that they put out for us, and we just get to enjoy and reap the rewards. One of the things that I'll always say about Zenless is that any character can do any of the content with good team building and good execution, and this really holds true with the Vision Potential system. But now it's time to ask the question, who do you guys want to see be in the Vision Potential system next? I would love to theory craft with all of you in the comments below. If this guide helped in any way, please make sure to like the video and subscribe for even more early access and Zenless videos. In the meantime, remember that you are all loved, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.